Sojourners, welcome back to my channel. If you are watching my channel for the first time, please stay and watch this video to the very end. And if you are one of my regular subscribers, thank you all for stopping by one more time to support my channel. I really appreciate it. So Sojourners, I am so excited. You would not believe it. I am going to start my own wormery. Yes, I have been so inspired by Peggy Helbing, one of my gardening friends on YouTube. I've been watching her for a while, how passionate she is about caring for her worms, and that has motivated me so much to produce my own worm castings. So come along with me and share in this exciting experience in creating my own wormery.
Welcome to my backyard garden. I'm Glitzy G's, and here I share simple tips on gardening, raising backyard chickens, creative DIYs, and wholesome recipes using fresh harvest. Let's grow our own food and enjoy the beauty of nature together.
So what is vermicomposting? Vermicomposting is the process of using worms to decompose organic matter, producing nutrient-rich compost called worm casting. This method is a type of composting that uses the red wriggler worms in a confined space to break down food waste and other organic material into a valuable soil amendment. Okay, so let's get started. So first I ordered 100 red wriggler worms from Uncle Jim's Worm Farm. I also bought 3 5-gallon buckets, and here they are, and I've named them. This one that is going to be at the bottom, I've named it slippery slope. Okay, slippery slope. And this one will either be at the middle or the top, and this is Wrigley Castle, and the third one is Wrigley Wonderland. Okay, so the next thing I did was to drill some holes about 1/4 inch wide at the bottom of 2 of these buckets. So this is one and this is the other one. Okay, so 2 of them have holes at the bottom, and they also have holes around the top here. This one, which is slippery slope, is going to be at the bottom. It does not have any holes because it is going to be collecting whatever liquid that drains from the bin. Okay, now I'm going to be adding some bedding to the bucket that I'm going to be adding the worms. Okay, so here I have some shredded paper and cardboard, and I'm going to lay that at the bottom, and that's going to be about maybe 2 or so inches thick. I might just put everything that I have here in it. Yes, okay. So I'm using a spray bottle to moisten the shredded paper and cardboard that I have inside of it. Okay, you can see. So let me just turn it over and get it moist. And they said you should not pour the water on it. Okay, just spray it just to moisten the shredded paper and cardboard that is inside. Okay, so that's it. Then I'm going to add have some coconut coir, so that's what I'm going to add next. Here, coconut coir, or you could add peat moss. I'm going to mix up some of it inside here. I'm going to add some coffee grounds. So in this bag I have some coffee grounds. I'm going to add some of that. And it has paper, so I'm just going to rip these into pieces of paper. I'll be adding some, this is some blended eggshell. And I always blend my eggshells and keep them in a jar, in a dry place. Okay, now guys, I'm going to be adding the worms, and I'm going to confess something to you. I don't like worms, okay? But I'm going to add them. I'm going to be adding the worms. Now this is a part that I am afraid of. I don't like touching worms. I see Peggy just use her hands to take them up. Wow, kudos to you, Peggy. But I really don't like the worms. I don't like to handle them. Okay, so let me pull this bag. It's so, oh my God, it's so securely tied. I should have tried to loose it first. Ooh, let me see. These worms must be hungry because they were in transit for about 3 days. So here they are. Ooh, you can look at them. I don't know if you can see them. I don't want them to escape. Guys, over time I learned to handle them, but for now, okay, let me show you them. Can you see them? Let me see if I can come around here and show you them. Now here are my worms. Can you see them? Ooh, look at them wiggling away. See them? Wow. Oh, wow. So guess what? I'm going to add the worms to the bin and let them settle in for a while. Ooh, before I add the food. Wow. Now let me show you what's going on inside here. Now that I've added them to the bucket, let me show you. Wow, look at them. Ooh, they are just burrowing down into the soil. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Look at that, guys. Now I ordered 100 worms because I understand that they multiply every 90 days. Okay? You can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I found out while I was doing my research. They must be hungry. Can you see them? They are working themselves down into it. Look at that. See? And they are not so small after all. Now they must be hungry. I can imagine they are searching for food. So I'm going to let them settle in for a while. And then I'm going to be adding some food to the container. But so far, I am pleased with what I see. So guys, I'm going to give them enough time to settle down, and then I give them some feed. Okay? And it is said that you feed them every 5 to 7 days. Okay, so after I feed them now, I won't be feeding them until another 5 to 7 days. That's after they start breaking down the food that is inside, because you don't want to have too much food inside there. Okay? So journalists, I've added the food scrap to the bucket. Here they are. They have settled in, moved down to the inner part of the bucket. And I'm going to cover it with some bubble wrap. Okay. I'll be covering the top of the bucket because I don't really want them to crawl out. Okay. Now remember, slippery slope is the bucket without the holes, okay? And that's at the bottom. That will be collecting whatever fluid or liquid runs out. And the worms are placed in the top bucket, and that's Wrigley Wonderland. Okay, let me see. This one, yes, that's Wrigley Wonderland. Now when this bucket on top is full, I will take it out, put it in the middle, and put the empty one on top, and put the food in it so the worms will crawl through the holes and come up to the top layer, so I can always get the worm casting from the middle one. Okay. Now it is said that the ideal temperature for these worms is between 60 and 80 degrees. Anything higher than that might be too hot for them. Anything lower than that is too cold for them. Okay, so I'll have to try to maintain that temperature. So having done all of this, I am now looking forward to the harvesting. Okay, so let us talk a little bit about worm casting. So guys, when I watch my gardening friends, I see them buying worm casting and other nutrients for the soil, okay? But I've decided to make my own. I've never bought worm casting, but I'm going to be producing it. Do you agree? Yes. So what is worm casting? Worm casting is the nutrient-rich excrement or the poop of the earthworms. This is a form of organic matter that add microorganisms to the soil. So the earthworms eat and digest the organic matter. That's the food scrap, leaves and all of that. Now this organic matter that they eat passes through their digestive system and is expelled as worm casting. This is what we get when we buy worm casting from the store. It's the poop from the worms that we buy as worm casting. Can you believe that? And look how small they are. Oh my God, that's an experience that I'm looking forward to. Worm castings are a good source of essential microbes that plants need. For example, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, the NPK, okay, that we get in the fertilizer. They also contain other nutrients like iron, sulfur, magnesium, zinc, copper, and calcium. So how does the soil benefit from worm casting? The worm castings help to improve the aeration and the water retention in the soil, and this creates a healthier environment for the roots of the crops that we plant. Worm casting also contains beneficial microorganisms that can help to suppress soil-borne diseases and repel some insects that are pests in the garden. They improve the germination rate of the seeds, and by using worm castings, gardeners can reduce their reliance on synthetic fertilizer. So, sojourners, can you now see why worm castings are sometimes referred to as the black gold in the garden? Yes, it is because of their valuable properties as a natural fertilizer and soil amendment. So, have you ever tried worm farming or thought about starting one? Share that in your comments and share your wormery stories, okay, so that others can learn from it. I keep going back to Peggy's video because I'm really fascinated with how she deals with her worms. They are like her little pets. So, sojourners, let's find creative ways to turn our kitchen scraps into garden gold. Okay, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye bye.
Thanks for spending time with me in the garden today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more garden goodness and creative ideas. Until next time, keep growing your own food and keep shining.